What's up, guys? This is Bridge from Doink Sports, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview of our first touchdown cheat sheet for football. So you're going to select the blue cheat sheets tab here. You'll see our cheat sheet gallery, and then go ahead and click first touchdowns to see our first touchdown table. So, it's a lot of data, and we're just going to go through column by column, and I'm going to explain what that data means. So each row is a player, and the odds you see here are the odds for that player to score the first touchdown of the game. So normally you're going to see anywhere from plus 2,000 to kind of a long shot, or maybe like a Saquon Barkley will be plus 500-ish. So you can get some pretty good value if you pick the right spots here. Next to the odds, you'll see the score, and this is determined by our algorithms based on everything else in the table. So it's just going to kind of weight how good this first TD matchup looks, and it's going to assign a certain score to it. Going down, you see the first possession chance. So this is the chance that player's team has to start with the ball. This is based on their coach. What does their coach like to do when they win the toss? Do they like to defer, or do they like to receive? Most NFL coaches are going to defer 90 to 100% of the time, but some coaches like Dan Campbell are going to choose to receive more 30% of the time. So if that player's coach likes to receive the ball and the opponent's coach likes to defer, then there's a very, very good likelihood that player's team is going to start with the ball, and the team that starts with the ball has a 56% chance of scoring the first touchdown. So that is a free 6% you're getting in your first TD bets. So that's the first possession column. Here we have our first quarter rushing share in both the last 10 games. So you can sort by any of these columns. So Aaron Jones, his last first quarter rush share was 92%. And then you can look at his target share, 23% in the last first quarter. So if I sort by this, I'll see some receivers, Zay Flowers, CeeDee Lamb, are getting a lot of target volume in the first quarter of the game, and that's usually when the first touchdown is scored. And then just like general shares, we can look at the red zone share. So who is getting targeted in the first quarter in the red zone? Or for rushing share, who is getting all the carries in the red zone in the first quarter? These are very, very good indicators as to who is going to score the first touchdown of the game. So in general here, you see kind of a sea of green. You want this row to be as green as possible. Now, generally for a receiver, you want to look at their target share. Are they getting the lion's share of the targets in the first quarter in the red zone over the last 5 and last 10 games? And these are all very important factors to determine whether or not they're going to score first. Moving on here, we can look at last 5, last 10. And these are very simple. It's just how many of their last 5 games did they score the first touchdown in the game? So I'm looking at 3 out of 5, Jahmyr Gibbs. He's scored first in 3 of the last 5 games, or last 10. Kyren Williams scored first in the game in 5 of his last 10 games. So that's kind of the player's hit rate here. And again, the greener the better. It's all relative to their odds. And the last columns over here are the team last 5 and team last 10. So not only do you want a player who's scoring first, you want them to be on a team who's going to start with the ball. You want them to have a large target or rush share in the first quarter and in the red zone. And lastly, you want their team to be scoring first. If the player is on a terrible team that doesn't score the ball first, they're probably not going to score the first touchdown. So players on good teams are going to be scoring the first touchdown a lot more often. So that's the team last 5 and team last 10. So you can see the Browns only scored the first touchdown in 2 of their last 10 games. Okay, so how do you use this? By default, this page is just going to be sorted by the score. That's the score that we determine for that player based on everything I just went through. And that's our algorithm. It's very good, but you may have some things that you find more valuable than other things. For example, you want to look at who has the most red zone rush share in the first quarter in the last 10 games. And maybe you want to go from there. So you could sort this table by first quarter red zone rush share, and just kind of scan through. Bijan's at 91%, Chase Brown at 87.5%. And then you want to look at the row as a whole. You want to find a lot of green. You want things to make sense, and you want the odds to be good. Sometimes you're going to get a plus 450 for Bijan. Yeah, he's probably going to score first, but are you getting the right value? That's the question. When you sort by the score here, the odds are weighted into the calculation. So, you'll get some pieces like Pickens at 2,000 or Juwan Jennings at 1,600. It's not just always like who has the lowest odds. Yeah, they're probably going to score first, but we want to find those gems, those kind of longer shot first touchdowns that are going to hit and pay you out big time. So hopefully this cleared things up, and good luck betting first touchdowns this season.